everybody? Master Darkpoi Gaming. I am Darkpoi, and welcome to my channel. So, took a week off there. Computer had an entire meltdown software-wise, so I had to get it all worked on. We are now back up and running, and the best news ever, I am back on Steam. I love playing this game on Steam. It's, in my opinion, just so much more, meticulous. I get the ability to really kind of figure out my throws so I can see them better. Anyway, this is my main bag profile. I started this channel to show people that even from the beginning of the game, you can compete. And I think I proved that point relatively well. I think I was only on that profile for maybe 6 weeks. I got to level 30, unlocked some really awesome discs. I participated in tons of events, and the bag that's in there is awesome. But I thought with a fresh computer, back on Steam, what better moment to show you what's in my bag. Again, this is my main profile, level 108. I went through, showed you all the badges there. And this is my elite bag. You're gonna see here, I'm a big fan of stamps, trail effects. I think all that stuff's neat. In real life, you don't get trail effects, so, this is the only time you'll ever get to see stuff like this, and I think that's pretty cool that they do things like this in the game, so, hats off to Spinoff for that thought. The Pioneer's pretty nice. I like this one because it has the extra turn, so it kind of stops it from fading, and it has the roll, so it stops it from sliding. The Vandal, I use the exact opposite reason. It's a straight shooter, but because of the bounce and its natural turn, it lines up as a pretty relatively straight shot once it settles. It gives me the extra distance I need if I need to shoot under, like a canopy or whatever, or down like a big mountain. The musket is a must-have in all my bags. I need a musket. There's just something about the way that it fades that, to me, I can understand the argument, like Sampo, Sapphire, musket, like how much fade do you like in your 10 speed? I got the Hopfenheiser Grace in here. It's a little bit more of a straight shooter. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. I should say that it does not fade as much as the musket. It gives me a little extra distance. I love using it. It's a great disc, and the stamp is super awesome. She dies her stamp. We got the Global Disc Golf Club. This sword I have come to love, not just this one, but the sword in general. It really helps with shots that, especially if you have a windbreak on it, it really helps with shots that would normally the wind's picked up and it's gonna push you so far left or right, depending, understable, overstable, left hand, right hand. I feel like the sword is the only disc in the game that is like a long distance disc that's just consistently straight. I'm sure there are others. I use the sword, and so I'm most familiar with that one, and I love it. And then we got my captain. Oh, captain, my captain. I use that disc for everything. Everything long range. The Ballista Pro here. This is more of my ground control, air control disc. This is my par 4, par 5 ace run disc. And then the Ballista Water Skip. I like this one because the way the extra turn works with it and the way the fade works on the Ballista, it just kind of settles nicely. It doesn't really nose into the water and sink as much as some of the other ones that have done. We got in the putt approach, I got the Rainmaker. Normally I wouldn't use this disc, but because I got it, because I wanted the Vandal and the Destiny in the Halloween pack, I was like, I'm gonna use it. I paid for it, I'm gonna use it. But normally, this is my go-to, this Hope Windbreak putter. When it came out, I was super excited to start using it. I got real used to it, and that windbreak attribute it's awesome. I love it. Recently, I got the Svea. I think this disc is awesome. It's a little understable, but that's okay. in this game, in Disc Golf Valley, understable, overstable, left hand, forehand, backhand, right hand, none of it really matters. Are you good at playing this video game in this way? Play it that way. You know, in real life it can be way different. You know, I'm really good at throwing super flat, but I'm terrible at throwing hyzers, and for the last 2 months, all I've been doing is working on baby hyzer flips and hyzer flips because I'm so bad at them. And anybody who knows, in real life, if you tried to throw this type of throw, and when you're learning it, it's a nightmare because it just does whatever it wants and goes wherever it wants. You know, throwing an understable disc, you could throw it just right, not realize it, and it'll still, it'll dip so hard it turn into a roller, or you're trying to throw it. Just when you're working on hyzer shots, like when you're throwing full grip and rip, it, in my opinion, at least for me, it's been quite the difficulty. Sorry, little tangent there. So what we have going on here is the rest of my bag. These are just some of the cool stamps that I've gotten, some of the cool discs that I've gotten that are either part of my other 2 bags as a collection, or they're just discs that I really like, that I think are worth showing off. On this first grouping here, I've got the Pro and the Streamer bags. So we had the Reese, we got Hops and Hyzer, we got Disc Golf Valley tips. Again, another Hops and Hyzer, and then I haven't gotten any big drivers from any of the events or any Pro stamps yet. The Halloween Ballista Pro was my long range there. I got 2 Pures that have the hop. I got the Compass and the Warship, the Shidai's of Warship. I love it. And then, of course, as always, I got my glow bag. We got the Link. I got my Spike, which I have a question. Maybe you guys could understand something, help me understand something. Why is it okay for a Spike to be a 4-speed, but it's okay to be in a putter slot, but a Bounty or any other 4-speed mid-range has to be a mid-range slot? I just recently did that survey they had up, and my thought on that is simple. If it's the same speed, can it necessarily go into either the putter slot or the mid-range slot? If it's a 4, if you have a 4s that could be either one, couldn't either 4 go in either slot, like a multifunctional slot? If I'm using a Link and I don't necessarily need a second putter, but could use putting a 4-speed mid-range in my other 3 mid-range discs instead. Or maybe I'm a putter aficionado and I want 3 putter slots because one of my putters is a 4-speed, so it can go in my middle putter pouch, or my mid-range pouch. Just food for thought. Same thing with the other 2 categories. If I have a, I don't know, I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but a 9 or a 10-speed. I don't think there are any, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think there are any. Huh. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, so these are a lot of stamps that are in the rest of my bag. These are just the ones I'm featuring that I think are the coolest. This game just really puts out so many different things. Before I culled my disc list, I had 100 and something, and I think I cut it down in half. Because to me it was just so much. It was just too many discs, and they were all worth keeping. They were all good. I had ones that had the same attributes but had a cooler stamp, so one got deleted, and so on and so forth. But I absolutely enjoy this game. Please, if you enjoy this content, like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm a new creator, and I love making these videos. It's a really good time. Also, I want to say, now that I'm seeing these discs pop up here, the Disc Golf Global League, the Global League disc rewards, I thought they were all pretty sweet. I think that doing events like that really helps incentivize new players into getting into the game. I'm a crazy disc golf game lover. And so I have zero problems, every once in a while throwing money into a cool pack or, a unique thing for the game to help help the developers and help the company. It was a free game in the first place, so it's like here and there, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. You know, I don't mind paying to remove the commercials or, you know, watching ads to get re-rolls. Which, again, side note, how come Steam players can't watch ads or buy pro packs or anything like that? Just food for thought. Anyway, most of the discs that I have in my bag, I got either from playing the game or from the season that I purchased the season pass, because I did really well. This is Master Darkpoi Gaming. I am Darkpoi. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you in the future.